So this is part 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple things here. I'm going to show you how to fix some of these mistakes. I'm going to show you how to clean up some of the edges here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start my timer. And then I'm going to put the template back underneath so I can just check the shapes. So I slide it back into place. And I can see where I went a little bit off. So I look here, I can see that the shape's a little bit off over here. So I'm very lightly just kind of rediscovering the outline. Now obviously as you get better at drawing, you won't need to do this because you'll be able to more accurately indicate shape. But there, I've just kind of re-sculpted it. I'm not using a ruler here, I'm just kind of lightly going over with the pencil, and then I'm finding the shape here. Okay, so I'm going to take the template out now. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to go in with my kneaded eraser and adjust anything that's too dark. Like here, I have this dark streak over here that I want to get rid of here. And I'm going to make an intentional mistake just to show you. So let's say I had a dot there that I wanted to get rid of. So that's way too dark. So let's say I had a little freckle on there that I wanted to get rid of. So the first thing I'd want to do is I would want to make the kneaded eraser into a small point. And then I would just go in and touch this little dot right there to make it go away. So I just lightly touch it a couple times. I'm not rubbing it, I'm just lightly tapping it, and it lifts off enough of it where it goes away. So that little dot that was right over here is now gone. Now I have a streak right here that I want to get rid of also. So what I'll do now is I'm going to pinch this into a wedge, and I'm going to lightly touch that line to make it go away. So I can make fine-tune adjustments. I notice that there's a little smudge right here that I could kind of adjust. And just every couple minutes, you just want to stop and fix any mistakes. So I lightly touch it, and I lift it up. Now let's say by accident I went too light, and I created a big white spot there. So then I call this noodling, where I would very lightly go in with the pencil and build up that value again. And I don't do it all at once, I do it a couple passes. And I just go back and adjust it and make that mistakes. And the same thing I could do, like let's say there was a little white spot here that I wanted to adjust. I can go in there and just kind of lightly noodle this out. So that's the first thing I want to show you, is how to use this kneaded eraser to make some adjustments. Now the next thing I want to show is how to use this to clean up a big mistake. So let's say I went by accident and I crossed over this line, and I wanted to get rid of this whole big area, but I wanted to keep a straight line above it. I would take a card, something that's a little bit sturdy. It could be a postcard, it could be an index card, it could be a business card, and I lay it on top of the line, and I use this eraser. Now, you'll notice that there's dirt on the eraser. So what I do is I go and I clean the dirt off. I make it clean. I put the card onto the line, so anything on this side will be safe, but underneath, next to it, I'm able to erase, and boom, I get a nice straight line over here. So I can make adjustments that way. So this is for cleaning up. This is called an erasing shield, and they actually make ones out of metal that you can buy, but this is just a cheap way to do it. If you ever needed a special shape, you could just cut it out with scissors. If you wanted to create like a template to do a weird shape, you could do that as well. So I'm going to leave that little mark there because we're going to use that in a little bit. So I've already spoken for 5 minutes, so let me get back to some drawing. So the first thing I want to do now for drawing is I want to start adding some of the background in. So I want to separate the object from a darker background. And I'm not going to color this whole area, shade this whole area, render this whole area black. It'll take forever. So what I want to do is be smart about it and create a design element. Now watch what I do. I put my pencil right on the edge and I pull it off to the side. I'm not scribbling over. Now I can cross right over and you wouldn't really see it, but if I want to get it really tight, I can put it right on the edge and pull to the right. So that's another 20 minutes. Let's take a 5-minute break.